Hello everyone, and this is Audrey Whittington on the home buying process from A to Z. Today we are going to be talking about the home inspection, and we're lucky enough to have joining us Heather Elias, and she is with the Loco team at Century 21 Redwood Realty.
Yes.
A little bit of a mouthful, that one.
Yes, it is. Yes, it is.
So, Heather, you've been in the industry a long time, right?
Yes, since 2004.
Wonderful. So I'm thinking you've seen a lot of home inspections.
Yes, quite a few.
Okay. So first of all, I think we're trying to cover things that people might not know what they are. So let's talk about what is a home inspection.
Sure. So when you are purchasing your house, one of the most important things to think about is making sure that you understand what you're buying. So having a home inspection as part of the process, whether it is for informational purposes or giving you an opportunity to have the sellers possibly fix some items, lets you know what exactly you're buying. So that's the condition of the home, condition of the roof, condition of the systems in the house, any potential items that need to be fixed right away because there's an unsafe condition or a code violation, or the peace of mind to know that the house that you bought is really solid and you don't have a whole lot to worry about.
And I'm going to say I've been through 2 home inspections, having owned a couple of homes, and the home inspection can be pretty long. I feel like people should be forewarned that a home inspection can run at least 4 to 5 hours, and furthermore, they're likely to find something.
Yes. Yeah, I mean, and that's an excellent point. It does take time. And depending on the square footage, size of the house, age of the home, can all play into the amount of time it takes to inspect it. But your home inspector is going to go through and look at everything. They're going to check all the outlets to make sure they're working. They're going to open and close all the windows. They're going to look at the roof. In different areas of the country, they're going to look for different things, obviously.
No, that's true.
But it does take time to thoroughly go through a house. And depending on the inspector that you pick, you might be walking along with them as the inspection's happening, and they're explaining things to you and pointing things out that you really have a good handle on what you're buying.
Do you want to be there, or would you rather not be there?
Well, there's a couple different schools of thought in the industry, and some of it depends on the market that you're in. Personally, I always think that it's good to be with the inspector as they're going through the home, because as they see things, they can explain to you whether it's a big deal or not.
Right.
And as an agent, I like to come along with that so that I know what my buyers are getting.
Oh, so you're going as well. Nice.
Absolutely.
I like it. Now, let's talk about, let's say there's a crack in the ceiling, something like that, or a crack in the foundation.
Right.
How does it affect your contract? So what if what if it's something really big?
So that's a great question. So depending on the way that contracts are structured where you're at, and obviously your agent's the best resource for that, home inspections can give you the opportunity to back out of the contract. So if you find something that's a deal breaker for you, that's the out in the contract to be able to step back and go, you know what, this is taking on more than what we wanted to handle, and we don't want to do this. Although
sometimes they'll just throw money at it, right? So sometimes they might say it's a couple of $1,000s and they kick it off the price. Is that correct?
Yeah, that can happen. It becomes, so you end up negotiating again once you get to the point of the home inspection being finished. You get the report from the home inspector, and you and your agent sit down and decide, what do you want to ask for? What needs to be fixed, and what would you like to have fixed? What are the priorities? And if there's a bigger issue, then obviously everybody kind of needs to come to a meeting of the minds around how do we resolve this to be able to move forward, or are we not going to be able to move forward from this?
Now let me ask you, then it strikes me that finding a good home inspector is going to be critical.
Yes.
So how do you find a good home inspector?
Well, I'm guessing that your agent's probably going to have some recommendations for you on that, but someone that has experience in the industry. And in most states, I believe you have to be licensed to be a home inspector.
Okay.
So check on that in whatever state that you're in. Your agent can certainly answer that question. But somebody that's got a history and experience with doing this, they can provide you an example of the report that they do. And if you're thinking about using a home inspector that's with a company where there's multiple inspectors there, then knowing exactly which inspector you're going to have for your inspection is important.
Well, now I'm going to throw you a curveball, okay?
Great.
Question. What if the home inspector doesn't find something? What if you picked the best one and you move in and you sign a contract and it wasn't on the home inspection, but they didn't find it?
So you're saying a problem that comes up after you've moved in?
Yes.
Well,
that should have been covered by the home inspection.
Should have been covered by the home inspection. Well, that's something that you probably would want to take up with a local real estate attorney to then reach out to see what did the home inspector miss. Should they have reasonably been able to find this in the course of their inspection? Because they're not going to take down every piece of insulation and look inside of every wall. So there are some things that they may not catch.
Right. And I think this is why actually probably using somebody that your agent recommends is going to be important because they don't want that to happen either.
Right. Neither does the home inspector.
Right. Well, that's a good point.
Yes.
Well, this has been really helpful. Thank you. I think this is one of those topics people don't always understand a lot about, and it's so critical. So thanks for joining us. And thank you for joining us. This is the home buying process from A to Z, and we hope you'll check out some of our other videos.